everybody. Thanks for tuning in to the MCBCFA Network. This is Dr. Omnibus here again, and I just wanted to give you a little tour of my collection. There's not much to see in my room itself. I somewhat recently had it painted and haven't got around to decorating, hanging everything on the walls yet, because life is difficult. But here we have it. So when you walk in the door, the first thing here is the Omnibus of Superpowers. It lists just about every superpower you can think of and a bunch of people that have it. It's kind of fun. It's something my wife got me for Christmas forever ago. And big blank space on the wall here. I've got a painting I'm going to hang there. I've got this little circular window here that I cover up with a Deathstroke cape to keep the light off of my books, particularly these ones. I've got my Archie 700 there, my Batman Adventures 12, which is signed by the inker Rick Burgett. Chris Claremont signed UXM 266. And Jim Lee signed Wildcats 1. This is another gift from the wife, a print of a caricature of my family. My wife and I are avid bird watchers as well, so I've got like a birding guide. My son's got binoculars, there's birds and stuff. Let's see, here we've got the first commission I ever got from John Running, which is Punisher, Elektra, and Daredevil zombified. A Jose Delbo print. Got some blank wall space here. I've got a plan for that space. I've got a Uncanny XMen painting that I'm going to hang there. And I think over on the side of this window, I'm going to put framed comics, much like these, if I can get some more of those frames, but they're frequently out of stock on Amazon. Let's see, I've got this quilt that my mother made for me for Christmas this year, with a bunch of Star Wars stuff on it. Here I've got I've got some regular books, some books that I'm repairing, my bookbinding stuff, and just art books like how to draw comics the Marvel way, and down here just a bunch of other non-comic books that are comic or otherwise nerd related. And then these are all the custom binds that I've made. Let's see, I've got the complete series of Curse of Spawn, Cyberforce Volume 1. Don't remember what that one is off the top of my head. All these gray ones here are New Warriors, the complete first series, as well as Nova and Night Thrasher from that era. I've got Night Watch, the Omnibus, the Cheap Keys Checklist. And man, it is killing me that I can't remember what that red one is. I'll pull it out here in a minute. Alright. Over here, got this is something that I won at Wizard World 2017 after a panel. So that was worked on by Steve Geiger, Mustafa Musa, Matt Nastos, and Danny Fingeroff. Got an animation cell here. Myself Venomized. I also got that at Wizard World. Up here, various bric-a-brac. I've got a Walking Dead pop, statue, a couple DBZ figures, Imperial Walker sculpture, lunchbox, Boba Fett, painting I did of Darth Maul, a Funko Pops, my Game of Thrones books, and an Arya mini pop. And here we've got my much neglected OA collection, which each of those goes a few pieces back. I've got these Batarangs that Gary Ratliff 3D printed for me. My Iron Man 128, signed by Bob Layton. And let's see, my Batman, signed by Kevin Conroy. A bunch of other stuff. This thing is made by an artist whose company is called Twisted Wire. He makes superheroes out of twisted wire. And just other assorted knickknacks and whatnot. Got my Captain Toast Bunny over here. My tape for bagging and boarding. Got a lightsaber. These are some of my slipcases that I've been making. So this is one that I recently finished. This contains the first 3 volumes of X-Men Adventures. And this is just a bunch of Wolverine one-shots. X-Men miniseries, which aren't collected in trade paperback or anything like that. This is Alien and Predator comics. So I'm going to decorate these, much like I did this one. Why the Last Man, which I just finished reading a couple of minutes ago. That is an amazing series. Let's see, a few Transformers hardcovers, my Absolute editions from DC, and then this is actually a box that I put all of my various Kickstarter reward stuff in. Like this one's from The Wicked Righteous, and this one's from Yule's Vision. So all the prints and bookmarks and stuff like that that I get from Kickstarters, I put in there. Here's buttons that Carrie made. That is a Darth Vader that Tommy Clark did. And this Firestorm was Josh, I think. And let's see, some of my arting supplies, binding supplies, McBiffa coloring books, blank sketch covers, and other assorted pieces of artwork. Alright, now into the books. My X-Men collection is pretty significant. We've got Uncanny X-Men 1 through 209 in these books to the left of here, except for New Mutants 1 through 12 in this, and then a couple of miniseries and crossover issues. Let's see, got the first book. First 15 or so issues of X Factor, and then just more mutant collection here. This is another slipcase. It has about 20 issues of X Factor that aren't collected in trade paperback, so I've got to keep the single issues. More X-Men, more X-Men. Another slipcase I made. I ripped the hologram off of one of the Fatal Attractions issues to put on there. More X-Men, and other related titles. More X-Men, more X-Men. So all in all, the X-Men collection collects almost all of Uncanny X-Men 1 through 400, X-Men 1 through 100, X-Force 1 through 100, and X-Factor 1 through 149, or whatever the run was, and Generation X, which I've got in these slip cases Then we go on to non-X-Men Marvel. You know, I've got a Thor Marvel Masterwork, bunch of trade paperbacks, you know, a bunch of stuff. You can see what it is. World War Hulk is the series that got me back into collecting. Those are the first 5 issues that I read after a 10 to 15 year hiatus from collecting. This is a 3 trade paperback short of the entire Civil War crossover. And then Secret Invasion, Siege, Age of Ultron, Star Wars. I'm gonna get into these pretty soon. I read the first volume of Darth Vader, and it was amazing, so I decided to go ahead and get the rest of them. John Carter, Heroes Reborn, which I just got a week or 2 ago. Pretty excited to tear into that as well, even though it's known to be horrible. Couple pops. And these books back here are just ones that I will use to decorate my slipcases. Then we've got DC. So all of these books are organized in chronological order, you may have noticed. There are many different ways that people decide to organize their collected edition collections. I will do a separate video on a couple of those. So DC, we've got Fourth World, New Teen Titans, which I started to read. It was kind of fun, but I think I'm gonna give up on finishing that. It's a little too wordy for me. Crisis on Infinite Earths, Wonder Woman, Doom Patrol, a bunch of Batman trade paperbacks from the late 80s. Death of Superman, Nightfall, all of Gotham Central, JLA, JSA, Identity Crisis, Infinite Crisis, Final Crisis, and a bunch of stuff in between. And then we get into the New 52 stuff. This is the entire series of Justice League from New 52, with the exception of what's contained in this omnibus. We've got the first few volumes of Flash, and then these are all just graphic novels. And this is my nearly full set of Amalgam comics with Marvel vs. DC in there as well. My lap desk for drawing. Image. I've got the first 3 compendiums of Walking Dead, plus a couple trades. Just ordered the 4th compendium, which comes out in October. Got this on Prime Day yesterday, and it arrived today, and that was pretty cool. Invincible Compendium 3. I also picked up 1 and 2, so that'll be the full series of that. Assorted Image trades. Then we get into other indie publishers like TKO, Dark Horse. Got all the Hellboy Omnibus, which are paperback omnibus, and very assorted stuff down here until we get to Valiant. Got a lot of the 90s Valiant trades. And my 3 remaining short boxes of single issues. This one is only about a third full. Those are comics that I will hold on to forever to give to my son. This one is all keys, which I have a very loose definition of the word keys. It's pretty much any comic that's important to me, whether it have cultural significance, it's an actual key, or it was one of the first comics I ever got, or something like that. And then this is the rest, which is just assorted series that either aren't collected in trade paperback or are not reasonable to purchase in trade paperback. And then lastly, I've got my little nook in between my bookcases with all the junk I'm going to hang on the walls. So that was it. That's the collection for the most part. Got my cell pile down there, some more binding supplies, box of Star Wars stuff, bunch of junk. Anyway, that's my junk. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks.